Are you currently confused by a man's attitude? Do you keep wondering how he really feels about you because his words don't match his actions? Do you find yourself trying to guess the meaning of what he says because he made it so unclear? In today's dating scene, it is very hard to avoid encountering mixed signals from men. One reason why men send mixed signals is that they are genuinely confused and they are not sure of what they really want, but the main reason, and more dangerous one, is that they intently look to confuse women to make them easier to manipulate and get to them. At the end of the day, all mixed signals mean the same thing. They mean that the person is unsure about you, or that you are not their first choice, and so they keep you as a backup plan, a free option so to speak. Mixed signals are frustrating and annoying. They put us in an uneasy state of not knowing where we stand and can create cognitive dissonance in the worst cases. But if you know and expect that men will send you mixed signals, they lose their power over you, because you will be mentally and emotionally prepared to see them and you will not spend much of your mental energy trying to decode them. To help you with that, I listed 8 most common mixed signals from men and their meanings in this video. But before that, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video so far. 1. A random text after he ghosted you. When you have been ghosted, the message is quite clear that he was not interested and he moved on to maybe explore other options. But when a guy comes back after a period of ghosting, it does not mean he changed his mind about you and that his interest level miraculously rose. He is most likely in need of an ego boost and is trying to get it from you, or he may be texting you out of boredom as all his other options died away and is checking if you are still there and if you still care enough to answer. 2. He just wants to be friends but keeps flirting with you. Sometimes a man can genuinely like you and your company but is not willing to date you. This situation can be very confusing as you can feel good chemistry and attraction between you but nothing concrete follows. You don't want to waste your time on someone who is only going to give you nice talks but has no intention to follow through with actions while still enjoying your company. You might be just a distraction for him, someone to have fun with, but not someone to invest in. Whatever his reasons for not wanting to date you, the bottom line is he will not date you. The best thing to do in this case is to move on to make space for someone who is genuinely interested in building something more serious with you. 3. He disappears after saying he really enjoyed going on a date with you and he never met a girl like you. It is like ghosting but a crueler version of it because it gives you the false impression that things went really well and can lead to building up expectations on your part. This is how it goes. The guy sends you a text message after going out on a date with you telling you how great you are and how he never met someone like you before and ghosts you. A bit like if he feels so guilty not to be interested that he wants to compensate that with nice words that would make a woman temporarily feel good about herself. But this attitude does more harm than it does any good. I am not sure why some men feel the need to do this ghosting thing. If a man is not interested, he should just say it or ghost you if he lacks the courage to do that, but there is no need to go overboard with this. 4. Saying he doesn't want to date you because he is afraid of falling in love with you. What a nice way of putting it, except it is never as cute as it sounds. The truth is men are never afraid of falling in love with the right person. They use this as an excuse to exit while managing to make a woman feel good about herself. Despite it sounding ridiculous, a lot of women buy into this. Why is that? The reason is that it is so validating. It speaks to a part of us who is in need of validation and recognition, that we are lovable and that someone is afraid of falling for us. But what we fail to see is that this is just a tactic used by men to avoid hurting our feelings and being the bad guy if they tell us the truth. And by failing to see the truth, we respond inadequately and falsely believe that we might be able to change their mind because there is no danger in falling in love with us. 5. Texting all the time but never asking you out. If you feel like the first date proposal will never come, you might be in this scenario. Here is a man who wants to keep in touch with you, enjoys your attention and entertainment but wants nothing more. Maybe he is lonely, maybe he is bored, but he obviously has no intention of asking you out. All he wants is to fill his spare time and you are an easy way to do that. 6. Always postponing the first date. A phenomenon also called serendipity dating. Unlike the previous point, Here the man seems up for taking you out, as he shows some enthusiasm when talking about going on a date with you, but, because there is a but, he has always a good excuse to postpone taking you out. That guy just wants to keep you hooked, thinking that you have something going on while he is exploring other options. 7. Pulling away after a few good dates. You might think that if you score date 2 and date 3, there is a good chance that the guy really likes you, or at least he has some interest in you. I mean, you would probably not give a man a second date if you did not like him at all, but men often don't work that way. A man may entertain a dating relationship for a while knowing that he will have to end it at some point, but still seems like his interest level is high. Odds are this guy just wants to keep his options open and is probably seeing other people at the same time. If you notice a sudden pulling away, he might be focusing on one of his other options before he gets back to you, which is why you should always be alert to these red flags. 8. Breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing refers to the action of scattering breadcrumbs. In the context of dating, the guy is literally doing just enough to keep you on the hook, giving you the illusion that there is some level of interest. He might send you random text messages to remind you of his existence, and he could go as far as flirting with you again as if nothing happened, in the hope that you will forget the periods he was gone missing. Again, this is just a person who likes to keep his options open. 9. He is not ready for a relationship but thinks you are amazing, attractive, fun, his dream girl. A lot of men use this excuse as an easy exit from an awkward situation where he feels you want to be in a relationship but he does not like you enough for that. But that's all it is, just an excuse. The truth is, everyone wants to be in a relationship with the person they deem good enough for them. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something valuable. If you did, please give me a like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more from me.